talking about fence border. Have we stopped visa on arrival? Knowing fully well we are surrounded by the people, they have made the country free for all neighbors just for selfish interest. Anyways, he's asking the question why they don't stop. What have they not? We talked about stopping the visa on arrival thing. Well, I think that's a question we have for now. What's the next story? We just have to move on because of our time. My time is fast spent. I wanted to say something on that, but let's move on to federal government denying abandoning Nigerians in Iraq. Here's the story. Iran. Okay. Okay. Let's pause on the video because of our time. Let's just go for the conversation, right? Because of our time. Because this is very important. We know already that Iran had to come out and listen from African countries asking what side are we on, and a lot of Nigerians see on Twitter were questioning and saying, please. That please, the president should not get involved with any war, because the war we have within ourselves, we are not yet, able to solve. So let's not take up another person's war or show that they are war. So I'm just gonna say this now. Of course, that video was made by Nigerian because they went there to make complaints and all of that, only to find it that it's an empty building. It's been locked. It's been shut down. So yeah, leaving all Nigerians in Iran in handicap. So of course, like the statement released by Kimirebi Ebiafa, where he said that it's not true. But looking at that video, we saw that place deserted, like they ran the moment the war started. What would you say about this, Mazi?
Yeah, you see, you remember me for one thing. I always say that no country develops or move forward with their lives. You must make sure that your people have trust and confidence in you. Meaning, credibility is a common. It's because of the lies the federal government has told us, has made us to suspect or to suspect, yes, and to refuse to acknowledge whatever they've said. Because what they told us yesterday is lies. I remember Diakono, Miss Diakono. She said, when she was the ambassador for, I think, Spain, he said she was staying in her place, she was paying with her money. Because the official reason was nothing. So this one now, thank God that you people have gone there, you journalists have gone there to prove wrong what they told us. Honestly speaking, it's not a good thing to hear. It's not a good thing to hear that. Just like what is happening with CAC and some other company. You use fake name, fake address for registered company, build them up investigation. When they go there, they don't say it. That is what it's happening. If they've not done that in open for us to know, I will say let us give them that. But then, of course, federal government, if actually you are denying this, what happened to the empty building there? Who are there? Then what effort have been made to evacuate our people? And people they travel, look at Iran. As someone say, in any part of this world, you don't see woman, that country is something. So, federal government, come out clean. Let us see evidence. Maybe they are begging, they are making, I don't know, the airpiece, I don't know, with due respect. They are making, I don't know, with one airline. Because that airline has always stood in. That's my take there. you have made us not to believe you because the story, the information you gave us last year or even yesterday was not true. That is why Nigerians are not happy believing you. Otherwise, when the government said it is not true that we are looking at it, we would have believed them. But if you believe, you can't take it to the bank. Their comments, you can't take it to the bank. If you take it to the bank, it will crash. Just like a door check. So let us see that our people are safe and protected and brought back. Otherwise, what the reporter is saying, let us believe that.
Well, the video is glaring. That building is
already in the witness.
Yeah. So
what are we saying again? My friend Chris.
Chris, what do you say about this? And for the fact that because after that video came out, that was when he debunked the claims of they deserting their office or saying that they were on lockdown. But looking at it, you can see all windows are shut. All windows are shut. So. And there's no access for them to go into the compound. So what do you say?
All right. When you pour water into a cup and it's somewhere in the middle, it boils down to interpretation. Some people want to say it's half full. Some want to say it's half empty. Now, of course, here we are seeing empty building. We are seeing a deserted building. But we've forgotten that we are now in a technology age. People can work remotely. All right. So what the federal government have said is because of the bombing, escalating bombing, and all of that their staff are working remotely. They're not working from the usual government office. They're working from home. All right. So that is a possibility. All right.
So are you saying all of them?
It could be.
They are working from home.
It could be. I mean, we saw in the bombing of Iran, we saw how a TV station was bombed. All right. So you can't just tell. All right. But you are safe. You are much safer if you are in a residential building. But we see in that exchange of missiles between Israel and Iran, hospitals are being bombed, and media stations are being bombed, and all of that. So, but we've not seen much of residential areas being bombed. Okay, so you are a lot safer if you are at home. So if government came out to say that, look, yes, we are on, but we are working remotely from home. So we should give that a chance. Number two is that we don't have ambassadors yet. So the president has not appointed ambassadors. So when you don't have ambassadors on ground, you cannot function properly on foreign ground. But the reason why ambassadors should be on ground. So organization is poor at the moment because ambassadors has not been appointed. So there is a porous organization structure and all of that. That is why you see the Ministry of Agriculture doing a whole lot. Because ambassadors are not yet on ground. So there's a problem with organization. And that is why the arrangement they are making with Armenia is a bit slow. Because there's no ambassador that is fast tracking it, that is on top of it and all of that. Armenia is responding actually to evacuate Nigerians and they are doing very well. But just that the pace is slow.
I'm sorry, I want to get you. Are you trying to give excuse?
I'm not giving an excuse.
Because what happens to the Nigerians who need to be evacuated? Now that
is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. I just said now that we don't have ambassador on ground. So there is poor organization.
But yes, we don't have ambassadors on ground. But in the case of emergency, in case of war,
that is what we're still saying now. Whatever structure we have there now is not functioning at a peak because the absence of an ambassador, all right, is creating all of this. So the organization is not tight. The organization is porous. Do you understand? I'm not supporting that. That is a low on the nation. That's a disaster. And without a nation. And I'm actually questioning why till now we don't have ambassadors. Yes, I'm questioning that because these are part of the reasons, I mean, the fallout of not having an ambassador. You can't respond quickly to things like this, swiftly, because you don't have the structure on ground. So things are not actually working the way it ought to. Even the Armenia they are liaising with, things are not working fast. Why? There's no ambassador on ground to fast track relationship because ambassadors are respected when it comes to diplomatic issues like this. But since an ambassador is representing Nigeria, so the other guys from Armenia will think, they might just be basic about it. So that's why we need to have an ambassador on ground. And of course, the issue about taking side or not, we have a no side policy. We should just maintain that. We should just maintain that.
Don't even try it.
Because our own problem is plenty. Even beside that, the truth is, I'm even surprised. It was more or less like prayer being hard. I'm surprised that, up north, that this has not escalated to Muslims attacking Christians. Because that would have just been it. You understand? Because once they see it as, they just take it as, they just take a twist, there's a religious war. And they start fighting. But you see, the undertone to it is this. Iran is the head of a Shiite or something. Most Muslims in Nigeria are from Sunni. That is Saudi Arabia headed Islam. Iran is champion on the other side of Islam. That is the Shiites. Okay. Now they forget that. Even Israel, the population of Christianity in Israel is not even up to what the Christians in Palestine. Okay. So even Christianity is a struggle in Israel. But before you know it, they turn it to, because they are uninformed. They see it from the surface and they die and they turn it to a religious war. I'm even happy that up till now, they've not started killing Christians in the north. Okay? But basically, it's a no side policy.
In fact, I don't want you even to dwell on that part because it could actually instigate a lot of people to listen and say, oh, this is how it is. So sometimes too much information, getting them to know what it is, it's actually terrible. In just 1 minute, please.
Saying something.
Yeah.
Why I'm saying that we're saying the same thing is, why has it taken us 2 years to appoint
ambassadors?
The same thing the former president did. It took him 6 months before he appointed ministers. And the way we talk about a person qualified as a politician, core politician, our president is number one. Very, very intelligent. He is a man that has strategies. But up till now, 2 years down the line, he has not appointed. It's a minus. Secondly, why we are trying to say it might be true is because the lies they told us previously and other areas have covered the truth. So we want to be able to know which one they are saying. I agree with you that this is the era of technology and the AI can do a lot of things. But then, evidently, we have seen here there's an empty building with the doors and windows shut. There's no how a working office will be shut without any single person. Agreed also that it could be as a result of targeting the Israelites targeting that particular place. But then there should have been evidence to show that that place is working. There's nothing to say that. But then let us beg the federal government. Let them do haste. While the sun shines, let them do haste and evacuate our brothers and sisters there. America has given whatever to them. And my president, don't take side.
So, I mean, just say this. In just a minute, Nancy was talking about the lies of yesterday and all of that, and it began to sound too much like the lies is peculiar to this government.
No. Sorry, sir.
Okay, fine.
Understand me very well.
You need to understand.
On this platform, I've said the politicians don't trust them. I've said it even when you have a husband, don't trust your husband if he's a politician. No, you can tell lies. So what they say is, look, it's a jingle on one of the stations, and when they say in the afternoon, it's not what they're going to say. I was told that lie is one of the characters of politicians. So
what is this? It's a propaganda. It's a propaganda. Just of which, I mean, we saw what Trump said. He said he's having 2 weeks window to consider either going into Iran or not, and 2 weeks on to 2 days. You know why? You know, so it's a propaganda, diplomatic ties and all, because they see things different from different angles and all of that. That is not to say I'm not acting the devil's advocate here, but I'm trying to say that propaganda is part of it too. And it's a propaganda. I read the research.
Anyway, I'm sorry, we yank us off. Time is already fast spent. Thank you so much, Mazi, for being on the show. It's been amazing listening to both of you. It's been amazing, and I don't know when Chris turned to a politician. I'm not
comfortable with because I was told a politician.
Mazi, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chris, for also being on the show.
Thank you.
And our latest politician.
Okay, maybe I'm coming from America.
Patricia, please wrap up.
Thank you for joining us on the show today. And what are we doing today? Thank you for joining us on the podcast, because I was just remembering Chris Mazi saying Chris is a politician. I don't know how Chris will function on that aspect. Thank you for joining us on the bus today. We'll be back same time tomorrow. I'm Patricia Uremu Gabriels.
And yes, thank you, my boys and callers. Apologies, we could not pick calls, but trust me, tomorrow we will be picking your calls and reading lots of messages. Until we come your way again, my name is Rose Blossom, and we have a beautiful day for yourself. Bye for now.